I filmed this entire video and then realized I forgot to film my intro. So, what's up? Welcome back. It's me. We're gonna do a little segment I like to call, Is the Book Better Than the Movie? We're gonna be talking about To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I'm a little mad. To start this off, I always thought that it was To All the Boys I Loved Before, not To All the Boys I've Loved Before. So like that's frustrating. I think I've been calling it the wrong name this entire time. Moving on, like every single girl in the world right now, I am in love with Noah Centineo and I am in love with his character, Peter Kaminsky. Like my heart, like literally my heart. I love him. I love them. And Noah Centineo, I 100% would just marry him if he asked me to. But Peter Kaminsky, the character he plays in To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I love him too. I've seen on Twitter that people are kind of frustrated over the hype about Peter Kaminsky. Oh my god, before I get into anything, there's gonna be spoilers. If you haven't read the book, you haven't watched the movie, go watch it, go read it. Like I'm not even gonna try to censor myself here, like there's spoilers. Anyway, there's some like backlash on Twitter because people are like, why do you love Peter Kaminsky so much? Like, he's not even a good character. He does nothing for lara-jean. And it's like, then that got me thinking. The people who don't see the hype over Peter Kaminsky haven't read the book. And then I was like, oh my god, there's literally two different Peter Kaminskys. There's the one in the movie and then there's the one in the book. I read the book a couple days ago. It literally took me like a couple hours to read it, and then I watched the movie that night and I was in love with both. My heart was just like, there's no words. Okay, there's no words. I just like, the book was good, the movie was good. And then today I was on FaceTime with my friend and we were going over the differences between the book and the movie, and I realized that I'm a little mad about how the movie portrays everything. I don't even know where to start. There is just too many differences between the book and the movie that it's like, it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm just gonna name a couple, okay? I'll talk about Peter Kaminsky. I love him in the book. He's a sweetheart in the book, and in the movie, they just did him so dirty. They missed out so many scenes, and I get it. You cannot add every single scene from the book into the movie. I know, but sometimes there are just certain scenes that just, they make the character, or they just tell you a little bit about the character that's so important. Right off the bat, one of the first scenes in the book is the car accident, and Peter Kaminsky sits with lara-jean just for a couple minutes, and it's just sweet. It just shows him, it shows that he's a kind guy and he's caring, and he gives a little bit of a shit, and that's important. Okay, that's important, because you watch the movie and it seems like Peter doesn't give a shit about lara-jean or about anything else besides his girlfriend, kind of thing, right? And they didn't add it in the movie, and it's frustrating. Another thing that frustrated me was that movie Peter was an asshole. He was an asshole. Book Peter isn't really an asshole. Not really. He's a typical jock, like a bro. It's so much worse in the movie, okay? The reason why Peter and her start dating in the book is because Peter wants to show Genevieve that he is over her. Peter literally says, if Genevieve sees me with someone else, she's gonna understand that it's really over between us. I don't want to go back to her, okay? He's done with Jen. Why he has this fake relationship with lara-jean is because he's done with Jen and he wants to show Jen that he's done. And then in the movie, he suggests that they fake date because he wants to make Jen jealous and then get back together with her. Those are two completely different reasons. Two completely different reasons to why you would fake date someone. Book Peter would not fake date lara-jean to make Jen realize what she's missing out on. They just miss so much. It's frustrating. We can talk about Josh for a second. In the book, I can understand why lara-jean loves Josh so much, okay? Josh is made out to be this like incredible guy, loving, caring, sweetheart, who's just amazing, and there's more of a relationship between Josh and the family as opposed to just Josh and Margot and then lara-jean being the little sister that takes along. Josh in the movie isn't hyped up enough, and you kind of like, why does she like Josh so much? So then when the letters get sent out, it seems like it's blown out of proportion as to why she'd freak out over Josh, how she does, So when the letters get sent out, it's like blown out of proportion because they don't show how great of a person Josh is. It just seems like the boyfriend, like it just seems like the sister's boyfriend, and it's not fair. Like you don't get to see the side of Josh that's like understandably lovable. Like you don't see that in the movie. Okay, in the book it's like, okay, yeah, I can see why you love Josh. Like that Josh is a great guy. But then no, also the kiss is such an important part in the book, between the kiss between Josh and lara-jean, okay? How he kisses her, and how Margot reacts when she finds out, and how Laura reacts, and how everything just happens after the kiss is just so important, and they don't even have a kiss in the movie. I'm sure people who haven't even read the book don't even understand what they're missing out on. There is a kiss between Josh and lara-jean that's supposed to happen, and it just didn't happen. And I literally do not understand why it didn't happen. I don't know why they're like, let's just not have the kiss, like it's not important. Yes it is. Ugh. You know what other kiss we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about lara-jean's first kiss with Peter Kavinsky. Okay, that it didn't happen with the game of Spin the Bottle in the book. Okay, that in the book they have their first kiss when they're the last two people at a boy-girl party, and they're just sitting on the couch waiting for their parents to come pick them up, and it's just them two, and then they kiss. And in the book it shows how Peter, even at that young of an age, has some sort of feelings-ish for lara-jean, okay? And you can see the mutual, connection there between them. In the movie, it just seems like a stupid game of Spin the Bottle, which then, in return, adds so much unnecessary drama with Genevieve at the end, where she's like, because you stole my boyfriend. Like, a bitch, it was a game of Spin the Bottle, and if you can't move on from that 6 years later, then you have issues, okay? That's, like, your own fault. Okay, that is a stupid little plot in the movie that's just, again, blown out of proportion. Another important thing they missed out on in the book is the family dynamics, okay? In the book, you learn so much about lara-jean and Kitty and Margot and their dad. You see how they act as a family, and you learn about them, and you learn about their relationships with each other. And in the movie, it's like shit all. You get nothing, okay? There's maybe a couple conversations between lara-jean and her dad. I think there's like two. One in the car where he awkwardly gives her a bag of condoms. Like, what? That's so weird. That's so weird. And the fact that she even took them, that's just weird too. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. In the movie, there's nothing to do with family, okay? It's frustrating. It is a rom-com. Obviously, the movie is a rom-com, but family is important too, and family kind of shows why lara-jean is the way she is, And just to like add on to that, lara-jean's relationship with her younger sister Kitty is important, okay? I'm pretty sure they made Kitty older in the movie. I'm like 90% sure she was supposed to be younger, okay? Like, in the book, she seems young. In the book, she seems like a child. She seems like a brat, and the relationship between her and Laura it's hit or miss. Like, they're either fighting or they love each other, and they're fighting or they love each other. And in the movie, it just seems like they're fine all the way through, which then doesn't make any sense as to why Kitty would send out those letters. In the book, Kitty sends out the letters because she's mad at lara-jean, okay? Like, she literally sends them out because she's bored in the movie. Like, that's so stupid. That's ridiculous. You could at least show some fighting or just some anger between them. They literally left the family alone. They're like, here, you have your character, but this is gonna be a 2D as shit character, and we're gonna focus on lara-jean and Peter Kavinsky for the entire thing. And it's frustrating. It's just stupid. As well as Margot. Like, I love Margot. I do. I don't know. Again, they're missing a huge relationship in the movie, which is Margot and lara-jean. They're sisters, and yeah, she moves away. You still get to learn about them and like how they are with each other kind of thing. And in the movie, it's just like she's gone and then she's back. And also, her timing is really weird in the movie. Margot is supposed to come home before they decorate the house for Christmas, and instead she comes home early, like right after the ski trip, and decorates the house for Christmas. And then it just literally throws off the entire timeline. Literally the timeline makes no sense, and it frustrates me so much. It does not add up to the book at all, and I don't like it. When Margot comes home, that's when she finds out about the kiss that supposedly is supposed to happen between Josh and lara-jean, and then Margot's supposed to freak out, and that's when a fight starts, and again, you see more of the family side of the story. But no, instead, Margaret's like, you used to love Josh? And then it gets blown out of proportion. It's ridiculous. As well as that whole sex tape thing. I heard somewhere that it's more of a thing in the second book. I haven't actually read the second book yet. It is sold out in my city. It was sold out in Toronto when I went there last week. I can't find it anywhere. Someone wants to tell me where I can find P.S. I Still Love You. That would be greatly appreciated because I need to read it, okay? I need to find out what the hell happened, okay? But yeah, so I feel like the sex tape thing happens in the second book, but the sex tape, so it doesn't happen unless I completely missed a chapter. I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen in the first book. There is like a rumor going around that they, you know, had sex in the hot tub, but how Peter Kaminsky goes about it and how he goes about addressing it, they don't line up from the book and the movie. Like they literally took Peter Kaminsky from the book and then took everything that made him amazing and just threw it away. And then they gave him new attributes and new characteristics and then cast Noah Centineo and was like, have fun with this character. We don't give a shit. I just feel like there's too many differences for it to be okay. Peter's just a douche in the movie, and he's not one in the book. He's so great in the book, and I love him in the book. Everyone loves him in the book. Everyone loves Peter Kaminsky. I love Peter Kaminsky. I still love Peter Kaminsky because I know what's up. I know, like, I read the book. It's over there somewhere. But the people who watch the movie are like, what the fuck do you like Peter Kaminsky for? Like, he does literally nothing, and it's like, okay, but he does a lot. You only see movie Peter, you don't see book Peter, and I don't know, I'm like repeating myself right now because I'm just so frustrated. The timeline doesn't add up, the characters don't match, nothing makes sense, everything is blown out of proportion. It's a really good movie, but it's shit compared to the book, okay? To finish this segment off, is the book better than the movie? Yes. Yes, it is. The book is 900 times better than the movie, and I heard they're making a second movie, which is great, but I need to read the second book. But again, I don't have it. I'm sure everyone has their own opinions about the movie and about the book and about Peter Kaminsky. Just let me know what they are. Let me know what your opinions are. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if you hate the differences. Leave them in the comments. I would like to hear what you think, and I'm really distracted by my nails because I know that if I were to keep talking about this movie, I'm pretty sure I would break my camera. Let me know what you think about the movie. I know it's been out for a couple weeks, but whatever. Let me know if you've read the book and what your opinions are because I'm kind of curious. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I put out videos whenever I feel like putting out videos. That's awful. Or follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's just Emma Elizabeth with 2 A's and Elizabeth. Same thing with Snapchat, Emma_Elizabeth with 2 A's and Elizabeth. That's it for this video. So I guess I'll see ya. I smell like pizza.